Försvaret hade 3 expertvittnen. Den sista av dem berättade för rätten om en varelse som vid det här laget var bekant för alla.
What is your profession?
I'm Dr. Scott A. Minnick, at the University of Idaho in microbiology.
Of design at the molecular level?
This is a bacterial flagellum. This is a system I work with.
We've seen that.
I know.
You're going to see a little more of it, Your Honor.
I kind of feel like Zsa Zsa's 5th husband here, you know. It goes, I know what to do, I just can't make it exciting. But I'll try.
Now, you spent your focus and research on the flagellum, is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
And you've done experiments on the flagellum.
I have.
And you've written peer-reviewed articles on it. Now, Dr. Minnick, a complaint that's often brought up, and plaintiffs up in this case, is that intelligent design is not falsifiable. Would you agree with that claim?
No, I don't. I have a quote here from Mike Behe. In fact, it is open to rebuttal. To such a claim, a scientist could go into the laboratory, place a bacterial species lacking a flagellum under some selective pressure, for motility, say, grow it for 10,000 generations and see if a flagellum or any equally complex system was produced. If that happened, my claims would be neatly disproven.
Is that an experiment that you would do?
You know, I think about it. I'd be intrigued to do it. I wouldn't expect it to work, but that's my bias.
Now, you claim intelligent design can be tested, correct?
Correct.
Intelligent design, according to you, is not tested at all, because neither you nor Dr. Behe have run the test that you yourself advocate for testing intelligent design, right?
Well, turn it around in terms of these major attributes of evolution. Have they been tested? You see what I'm saying, Steve? It's a problem for both sides.
Medan de juridiska ombuden stred i rätten krocken mellan intelligent design och evolution kräva sin tribut i Dover. Lokalreportern Laurie Lebo följde vittnesmålen i dag för dag och konflikten började driva in en kil mellan Laurie och
He believed that God really should be in science class. He did not believe in science. And he was all worried about me and because I believed in evolution. And he said, you know, well, do you really believe that we came from monkeys? I'm like, at that point I was pretty burnt out from the trial and I didn't really have the patience that I probably should have had with him. And I just said, yeah, I mean, yeah, I do believe in evolution, Dad. You know? And so we'd fight every morning. If you believe in heaven and hell and you believe you have to be saved, nothing else could possibly. It's not rational debate that you're going to be rejoined with the people you love most on this earth.
Teaching the traditional evolutionary Darwinian concept that man evolved from lower or life. So all that takes the dignity away from humanity as far as I'm concerned. What gives dignity to man is that every one of us are made in the image of God, the Creator, and the world with intention and with design. It upsets me deeply that now in our educational system we are indoctrinating our young people to think differently about humanity.
I've never made a secret of the fact that I'm a Roman Catholic, and a long tradition of scholarship in the Catholic Church has argued that truth is one, that science and religion should ultimately be in harmony. But that doesn't make faith a scientific proposition. I think, as many religious people do, that faith and reason are both gifts from God. And if God is real, then faith and reason should complement each other rather than being in conflict.
Under rättegången gav domare Jones ingen vink om vartåt han lutade i frågan om intelligent design är vetenskap eller inte. Men det är det enda ämnet i rätten. Rättegången kulminerade i skolstyrelsen i Dover religiösa motiv när de införde intelligent design i undervisningen. I så fall skulle det strida mot ett avsnitt i första författningstillägget, den klausul som föreskriver separation och stat.
In order to prevail, we needed to develop
acted for the purpose of promoting religion or that its policy has the effect of promoting religion. It's the or effect, either one.
The Establishment Clause says that Congress cannot pass a law which promotes one religion over another. And that trickles all the way down to any state action, and in this case the actions of a school board.
Fanns det bevis för att skolstyrelsen hade religiösa motiv? Flera månader före rättegången hade Bertha Spar hittat en ledtråd när hon packade upp lådorna med de pandaböcker en anonym givare hade skänkt skolan.
I was directed by the administration to unpack the box, count the stamp, and number them. In the bottom of the box, I found a catalog. I opened the catalog to see what they had to say about the book in question, and at the very top of the catalog page, it was listed under creation science. This should certainly be a smoking gun and would be a benefit to.
Informationen gick vidare till National Center for Science Education. Organisationen om advokat som argumenterade för att hålla intelligent design borta från Dover High School. Nick Motzky förstod att Of Pandas and People skulle få central betydelse för målet.
When the court case was filed and pandas was adopted in the policy, it became clear that pandas was going to be the representative of intelligent design for the purposes of, and so the history of that book became important, the arguments it made became important, and we undertook to dissect these various aspects in preparation for the case.
Motzky fördjupar sig i pandaboken, granska sida för sida och finkamma internet för att spåra dess bakgrund. En dag när Motzky grävde i vetenskapsundervisningens arkiv hittade han en kreationistisk studenttidning från 1981. Längst ner på första sidan fanns en liten artikel med rubriken "Opartisk lärobok planeras". I artikeln nämndes att Charles Thaxton, numera knuten till Discovery Institute, arbetade på en bok som skulle ta upp både evolution och skapelse.
The academic editor was Charles Thaxton, who was the editor of the Pandas book. So it was clear that that ad was referring to the Pandas project. What was interesting is that it talked about the book being about creation and evolution, later terms intelligent design and evolution.
Om de kunde bevisa att pandaboken ursprungligen var en kreationistisk text skulle det tyda på att intelligent design enbart är kreationism i en ny förpackning och därmed religiös till sin natur. Motzky mejlade uppgifterna till Eric Rothschild som omedelbart ålade förlaget att lämna in allt material till pandaboken som del av bevisningen i målet. Efter några månader fick de 2 lådor med dokument. Advokaterna skickade dem till Barbara Forrest, en filosofiprofessor och författare. Hon har följt utvecklingen inom intelligent design i många år.
Oh my goodness, those 2 boxes contained about 7,000 pieces of paper. And I had to sit down with those documents and just start flipping through them, which is what I did, day and night.
Efter mycket grävande gjorde hon ett fynd. Bland dokumenten fanns 2 utkast till pandaboken från 1987 då Högsta domstolen i målet Edwards mot Aguillard fastslog att det är författningsvidrigt för kunskapen i kommunal. En omarbetad version kom
In the first 1987 draft, which is the pre-Edwards draft, the definition of creation means that various forms of life began abruptly through the agency of an intelligent creator with their distinctive features already intact, fish with fins and scales, birds with feathers, beaks and wings, etc. The same definition in this draft, after the Edwards decision, reads this way. Intelligent design means that various forms of life began abruptly through an intelligent agency with their distinctive features already intact, fish with fins and scales, birds with feathers, beaks, etc. Same definition, just one is worded in terms of creationism, the other one worded in terms of intelligent design.